a moment with that. Sort of feel yourself in your body. Focus. Come into a connection with your breath. Standing in your feet, being aware of your body, and infusing all of that moment with your breathing is yoga. And so even though we haven't really started any of the other dynamic movement, you are already in your practice. And so you can see how many of us are already distracted. There's a lot going on. We're in the middle of downtown. Could you create an imaginary boundary around the park? A space where the music is. And then allow all of the other sounds to be outside of our little bubble. I was wondering how long that train was going to be. And now that breath that has your attention. The next time you inhale, can you let your arms just float up over your head? And then as you exhale, bring the arms back down. And so what we just did was change this yoga to vinyasa yoga. Keep going. On the inhales, the arms rise. And on the exhales, the arms come down. And the thing that makes this vinyasa is that linking of the breath and the movement together. Do it one more time. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, bring the arms down. And then we'll move on. Inhale, arms go up. And then exhale, forward fold. So the first time you're bending over, you may notice some tension or sensation in your body. Just be with it for a moment. Notice it so you can be careful with your body. You can work with the tension. And then lift halfway. Inhale, look forward. Fingers on the shins to support the posture. And then exhale, head down. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift halfway. Lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold. On this one, inhale, lift and lengthen, but come all the way up. Reach the arms high. And then pull your hands to your heart center. So this is a vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Walk out into plank. Hands come forward into an upper push-up. Take another breath here. And then exhale, lower yourself down nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So the hips rise. The body turns into an upside down V. The head drops low. And the breath is still flowing free. We're going to push back a little bit so you feel that downward rooting action through your hands and sort of a yearning for your heels to move toward the mat behind you, even if they don't touch. We press through the lateral borders of the feet. We press the outer heels. Take one more breath. And then on the exhale, look forward. Walk your feet right up to your hands. Now inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. You can go right there. Yeah. With a flat back, we'll rise all the way up. There's still a lot of people coming in. Just trying to let everything settle. And hands come to the heart. One more round like that. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Moving and breathing, focusing. Lift halfway. Both hands go down, the feet step back to plank and lower on the same exhalation. You can put your knees down or just lower yourself down and then inhale into that beautiful back bend, gentle with the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. It is incredible how you're moving today. There's a nice steadiness of movement and breath connected. Let's take one more breath and push back a little. And then look at your hands and start to walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. And then bend your knees, sink your hips for chair pose. We might do a few of these today to make sure we stay warm. Push through both feet, come all the way up. Stretch high and long through the waist. And then hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Hook your thumbs together, stretch to the right side. Do that so that you're actually paying attention to the sensation on the left side. Stay lifted out of the rib cage. Even the eyes go up toward the thumbs. And we breathe in deeply here, and then use the exhale to return to center. And then take it to the left. Inhale as you stretch. Just creating space, rooting down through the feet. Touching all of the places. Take one more breath and then use your exhale to come back up. And then let your arms go. Good. Inhale again, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Let's soften the knees, touch down so we can lunge with the right leg. Take the right leg back and stay on the right toes, and then right hand roots down for a spinal twist to your left. So make sure you got your right leg back and your right hand down, and you're twisting to the left side. And it looks to me like there's a little bit of sagging going on the right side of the body. See if you can lift the right side up. Yeah, so we stay energetically supportive of this body that's laid out like vertically, right? Not vertically, horizontally, right? We got to support from the inside. And then we twist to create some heat, to create some mobility in the spine. And then the eyes go down, the hand goes down. Let's put our hands slightly forward, lift the right leg in the air, and then step it forward to meet the left. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend both knees, chair pose. Nicely done. Push through both feet. Let's come all the way up. Stretch long through the waist. And then the hands come to heart center. Inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Soften the knees, touch down. Left leg lunges back. Stay on the left toes, root down through your left hand and show me your twist to the right side. Staying strong and supportive in that left leg, keeping the left hip a little high and the right hip a little low. There's a squeeze on the outer hips, an integration from the pelvic floor and the lower belly, and then you get to access your spine a little bit more deeply. Give a little push into that left hand, open your right chest a little bit more. And then eyes go down, hand goes down. We're going to walk the hands a little forward, lift the left leg and step it forward. Bring the feet together. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend both knees, chair pose. All right, push through both feet. Let's come up and bring the hands to your heart. All right, I think we're ready to move on. You guys starting to feel a little heat? A little? All right, well, if not, here it comes. Inhale, chair pose. On your exhale, forward fold. Same pacing that we've been doing. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Be mindful of the shoulder work here. You really want to lower slowly all the way to the belly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, down dog into your first warrior. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. Let's rise facing forward. And so some of you automatically come up facing the side, and it's really tempting to turn a little bit to the left because the left hip is probably tight, but I want you to push into your left foot. Make sure the left heel is down, so the back foot is flat. The back foot is completely flat. Yep. We're pushing into the pinky edge of the back foot, and because we're pushing back in that direction, now we pull against that tension and to create a little more length and a little more space on that left hip flexor. Now as that left hip flexor lengthens, bring the whole left side of your body forward. The hip, the ribs, the left shoulder. Pull that a little more forward and then lift from your chest and reach a little higher. I like everything I see here, but bend your right knee a touch. Yeah, give me one more breath. Exhale, hands go down. Let's step back to plank and lower. Moving through the same vinyasa with the same integrity. Inhaling through the back bend. Pushing through your hands, finding your way to down dog, and then creating warrior one on the left side. The left foot steps up, the right foot turns flat, and we come on up. We ground the back foot, and then we work from that. There's a push and a pull. We're trying to push back and ground the right foot, but bring the right side of the body a little more forward. Maybe we turn the leg in slightly. The hip, the rib, the shoulder comes in slightly, yes. The chest plate rises, the arms are reaching. Take a deep breath, get long through the waist. We've been doing it through every inhale. And then bend that front knee because all of that upward action took you out of the pose. There we go. Last breath. Feel it. And then come on out. Hands down. Step back and lower. Breathe in deep. Take your back bend and then exhale all the way to downward facing dog. And then from here, we're just going to take a big inhale and let out a little sigh. Just let out a little bit of that tension. I don't feel like you guys are that tense today, but just give it a try. One big inhale, open mouth sigh. All right, look at your hands. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway when you get there. Inhale, fold deeply, exhale. Bend both knees. Here we go, chair pose. Sit nice and low, pull down through the tailbone, reach through the crown, and then come on up. Press through your feet, long through the waist, and then hands to your heart. Putting it all together, that means when we do the warrior poses, they're going to be one breath only. So we're not going to stay and break it down for 5 breaths. We're going to actually find exactly what we did at the finish in the one inhale. Think about all of the little things that you did, to push, to pull, to reach, to sink. You're going to come into the pose in that place. Your body already knows it. When you're ready, inhale, chair pose. On the exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen as you breathe in. Go to plank and lower as you breathe out. And then inhale beautifully through the back bend. Exhale, touch down dog and come into your warrior. Right foot steps, left foot flat. One inhale, all that you know. And then exhale right back down. Keep the belly in so you move with a little more grace. Lower slowly, breathe in through the back bend. Breathe out as you push back and then left foot steps, right foot flat. Breathe in one time. And then breathe out as you come back out. Yep. Got some beats going today. Inhale, widen the collarbones, and then push through strong hands and find your way back to down dog. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Let's all bend the right knee and just stretch a little deeper into the left leg. That means left sit bone high, left outer heel pressing down. The back of the leg feels like it's opening. Good, and then switch that to the other side. Left knee bends. We try to expand and create space on the back of the right leg. Try not to bounce. It's a little chilly. We don't really want to create that stretch reflex. We don't want to pull back on ourselves. We want to actually ease in. So a little bit of pressure over a longer hold. And then push back with both. Take a breath. On the exhale, look forward. Bring your feet to the top. Nice. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold deeply, exhale, and then bend your knees, sink your hips for chair. Good, we're going to stay right here, bring the hands to heart center, and take a twist to the right, which means left elbow outside the right knee. So So the feet are together here. It makes for a really good foundation. And then try to make a little space between your knees. And you do that by pushing the right knee into the right elbow. So those knees separate the tiniest bit. And you feel some weight on your pinky toes. Give a little bit more push into your palms. See if you can broaden your chest and open up that right chest a little more. Good. Then look down, release your arms, and just rest. All right, you might get a little surge of energy there. Just let it move through you. Keep breathing. And then here we go again. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. It can be quite nice if you get some integration in your core. If you are sticking your tailbone out and you are kind of like flaring your sit bones out, you have no support. You need to draw the sit bones in and the tailbone slightly down and the belly in. Then draw your hands to your heart. Take your twist to the other side. Right elbow outside left knee. Yeah, try not to squeeze those knees together. To me, that looks desperate. I don't know, there's something about that. But when you have two strong legs that can hold you. And then use the energy of the left elbow and the left knee to create more twist, to create more integration of your core. Move your thumbs toward the center of your chest and your chest toward your thumbs. Yes, now you're doing it. Take another breath. And then just let it go. Look down, release your arms, let your head go. That surge of energy sort of dissipates out of the body. And then one more time for me, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms. We're going to keep the arms up. And we're going to take the heels off the mat. Lift up into your toes. Fantastic. Stay high on the toes. Now take your arms down and behind you, start to lower your chest a little bit. See if you can get your arms higher than your back and squeeze a little bit in the back body. Now stay right where you are. Clasp your hands together. Put your heels down and forward fold. Stretch into the back of the legs. Let the head down. Release your neck. Okay. A little more twist here. Right knee bends. Right shoulder turns in toward the right knee. And we open the left chest out. Open up the left chest to the side. Yeah. That's it. So right knee is bending a lot. Right shoulder is turning toward the knee. Chest wide open. Think about lifting your head and chest out for me. Make it longer. And then switch. If your head is rounding toward the right, pull it out toward the center of your mat. Lengthen the spine as you twist. That's it. And then eyes go down, release your arms down. Take a breath. Exhale it all out. And then rise with a flat spine. Lift your head and chest, reach your arms up, 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 up. And the hands come to the heart. All right, inhale, arms reach, you're doing great. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank pose and hold it. All right, spread out those fingers. You want really big handprints here, and you want to push the floor away from you. Now open your feet up a little bit wide behind you, and I want you to roll your feet to the right. Keep your shoulders square. So the upper body stays firm, but the feet go to the right. Heels drop down to the right side. Let them go all the way, so you're getting a little bit of torque in the waistline. Both hands are still on the mat. Shoulders are square. Weight is evenly distributed in your hands and your arms. Good. Then tip your heels back up and let your hips turn to the left. Heels drop. Feel that in your waistline. Belly lifts. Keep the hips buoyant, right? There's no sagging here. Pull yourself up and in. Hold yourself together. Nice. And then return to center and go to down dog. Okay. Right foot steps up. Stay on your left toes. Rise to high crescent lunge. Make sure you're rooting down so that you feel stable in your transition. There's no rush. Moving nice and steady today. So remember when we were in chair pose and we took it up on our toes, you guys weren't afraid to get those heels up. So here in the lunge, do the same thing. Like you lift the heel up. I want you to stretch the fascia on the sole of your foot. I want you to use all 5 toes on that left foot. Do you feel the back pinky toe working? Yeah. There it is. Now, open your arms like wings. See if you can stay straight and tall, crown up, and twist to the right side for water wheel. Good. Now, as that right arm starts reaching forward, can you push back through your, oh, I'm saying it wrong. As your left arm reaches forward, can you reach back with your left leg? I want you to feel both directions. Left leg is straight, left leg is pushing back, left arm is reaching forward. Now, reach back with the right arm, open the chest even more, and then exalt. Let's take that right arm down to the left leg behind you. Take the left bicep to the ear. Belly to the spine. It'll help a lot. Lift the pelvic floor up. Turn your chest to the side. We're twisting and exalting here. Not so easy. Take one more breath. Give a little more twist on the exhale. Right there. And then face forward, both arms up. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor. Take your flow. I promise it'll be better on the second side. Yeah, it always is. So we make our way to down dog, we find our breath, we get that attitude adjustment moment, and then we step up with the left foot. When we step up with the left, we stay on the right toes, and we rise slowly, carefully, building our foundation, right? Feeling our feet on the ground, our core integration, and we rise with some sense of stability. Yeah, we want to make sure we're high on the back toes and the back leg is straight. Sometimes we tend to soften the back knee, but that does make for a little bit of like a softness in the pose. It makes you kind of like able to be wobbly, right? But if you like lock it up and you integrate, you'll be steady. So when we do the twist, you're not going to feel like you're going to fall over. I promise I only give you cues that are going to be useful for you. I don't care about your outer form. I care about your inner experience and the integration of your body. Open your arms wide. Play with the twist. Think about the right side first. Right arm forward, right leg back. So we create that forward and back first. Then we broaden the chest. Reach from hand to hand. And then take the exalt. Left hand reaches for the right leg behind you. Right bicep goes to the ear. Remember, you are twisting and bending. Yep. Lots of help from the lower belly here. You'll get the lift and the support from the pelvic floor and the lower belly. It's called your bandhas. Yep. Take one more breath. Use the exhale to twist more. And then return to center. Face forward, arms reach. That's it. And then exhale, take your flow. Your way. Hands down, step back, lower, with the push-up or not, cobra or up dog. I'm seeing a lot of variations, and then we all meet in downward facing dog. Okay. All right, give a little push back. Strong legs. We're gonna walk our hands back to our feet. So the heels ground, the feet are hip distance apart, and then bend your knees 90 degrees. Heat's starting to come. We're starting to lose some clothes. I like it. That means we have heat coming from the inside. All right, so the hips drop back, but the arms reach forward. Chest parallel to the ground. Hands come into heart center. Let's pull the heart, the hands to the heart, and tuck the right elbow inside the right knee. So here, there's something really important. You can drop your hips a little lower so you can get your head and chest to lift up a little higher. Good. Go ahead, exalt your arms. Press the arm into the knee into the arm. And then wrap your left arm behind your back. See if you can make your spine a little straighter, a little longer. Pull the head out. That's it. Now left leg straight. Yeah, see if you can just make the most of that. There's something really sweet in it if you can get the balanced actions. And it's a half bind, so that right arm is still down, and you're using the arm inside the knee. Use it. It's purposeful. Yep. And then look down, release, soften both knees. Recover for a moment. And then we'll play on the other side. We bend the knees about 90 degrees. Drop the hips back. See if you can get the chest low. Pull the hands into the heart center. Left elbow inside the left knee. Remember, feet are apart here, not too narrow. So you give yourself some room. Lock the arm or the shoulder or the elbow inside that knee, and then exalt your arms. We reach down with the left, up with the right, and we lengthen, right? Elongation before rotation. That's it. Half bind, right arm tucks behind. We do that to help open the right chest a little more, and then right leg straight. Feel it. Yoga is not about following instructions. It's about doing the actions from a place of consciousness and awareness in your own body. Feel this. And then when you're ready, just look down, release your arms, soften both knees. Okay, now with both knees soft, we're going to come up really slow, like a rag doll with the belly in, curling the tail under, curling the chin down, rounding the spine and rising slowly. All right, inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Walk out into your plank pose. Go ahead and lift your right leg behind you and then pull your right knee to your right elbow. Oh my gosh, aren't you cold?
Oh my god, so I just have to tell you that Hollywood tried to murder me and they think that Jesus is not real. When I'm going to be the first one.
Okay, we're in the middle. Okay. I love that for you. Where? Okay, down dog. Okay. Walk your hands back to your feet. Oh. Compassion. Compassion, everybody, right here. Soften your knees, roll yourself up to standing. Yeah. Stand on your right leg, lift your left knee to your belly. Hands at the heart. So we press down through the right, we lift high through the left. It's okay. Press gently into the palms so you feel more centered. And then take your your right hand to your left knee. Get a really nice lock with the hand on the outside of the knee. So your knee is pushing out, your hand is pushing in. And then we're going to take a twist and open up to the left side. I know. Pull the belly in.
When I was 13 years old, they kidnapped me from my boss.
All right. Come back to center and place that foot down. Push down into your left leg. Lift your right knee. Just breathe. Let her have it. Let her express it. There's a lot going on there. Right knee rises. We push down with the left. Go ahead and take the left hand outside the right knee. You feel the knee push into the hand push into the knee, and then we take our twist open to the right side. Steady yourself. Steady yourself. Oh my gosh. Take another breath here, and then face forward. And put that foot down. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's go to a plank, walk it out. Breathe in right here. And then lower yourself down nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. We'll come on up for high crescent. Take your time, root down as you rise. I'm going to bend into that front knee. Yeah. And then bring the hands to heart center. Lean a little weight into the right leg and see if you can float and balance right there on the right leg. Left leg active behind you, left foot active behind you. And then really slowly let your fingertips touch down and soften your right knee a little bit. Stay active in the left leg. Keep the right knee a little soft. So you're a little lower, right? You're a little lower. Both hands are touching down. Yeah. And see if you can open your arms like wings right there. Stay low. Stay with me. Right fingertips touch down for a moment and then pick them back up. Left fingertip touch down for a second and then pick them back up. And then both fingers touch down. Bring your hands to your heart center. Push through the right leg and bring your feet together to standing. Oh, right there. So we're going to come we're in Degasana basically, right? And we're going to just come down a little lower. And we're going to just play with a little bit of core work, right? Touching. And then that last thing is like a big push out of the standing leg to bring the feet together, yeah? So it's important to get low, and don't forget how important those touches on the floor are. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower. So we move through that vinyasa back into the rhythm of the breathing. We have a little bit of experience from side one. Find your way to down dog and into high crescent on your left side. Left foot steps up. We come on up. We center ourselves. We bend a little bit into the left knee. Bring the hands to heart center. Good. Let's shift the weight forward into the left leg and find our balance. Yep, shift forward. Right leg active, right foot flexing. And then let your fingertips touch down. Seriously, get low, bend the left knee. This is that little hover place. Right now you're steady, but we're going to start to play with our balance. The arms come out like wings. That's it. Now, can you just touch the right hand down gently? And then lift it back up. Left hand touches down gently. And then pick it back up. Both hands touch down. Then we pick them back up. Sweep them out wide. Push through your left foot. Come on up. Bring your feet together. All right. Inhale, arms reach. Kind of better on the second side. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank pose. The hands go down. It's just like a push-up. Hands go down. Both feet go back, and we lay down onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Right foot steps up. Stay on your left toes. High crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. Again, coming into balance. Right leg takes some of the weight. Left leg becomes active behind you. And then go ahead and release your fingertips down. Stay there for a second. Steady yourself. We're going to root down through the left hand and twist the right arm open. That is twisting half moon pose. The balance action here is pushing back through your left heel. Flex the left foot. Push back through that heel and lengthen out through your crown. Once your body lengthens, you might be able to rotate a little bit more. Gaze can be down or up at the right thumb. Take your time. And then the eyes go down, the hand goes down, your feet come down together. Good. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Come on up into chair pose. Push through your feet, come all the way to standing, and then the hands come to the heart. All right. Inhale again, we'll take our flow. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway up on the in-breath, just like we've been doing. Go to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Come back to the sound of your breath. Come back to the texture of your mat. Left foot steps up. We root down before we rise, high crescent lunge. That's it. And the hands come to heart center. We're going to trust our left leg and kind of lean a little bit forward. Come into balance on the left leg, keeping the right one active behind us. Take your time. You know all of the pieces now. And so we come to balance on the left leg. We start to let our fingertips down. That helps a lot. Get both hands grounded so that you can actually feel equal work in both legs. And then we root a little extra through the right hand so we can let the left arm twist open. And it's more than just picking the arm up. It's literally turning the chest open. Push back a little bit through that right heel. Lengthen your spine so the crown goes forward as the heel goes back, and then we twist a little deeper. You guys are amazing. This is a complex pose. You are doing all of the pieces. Don't overdo them. And then eyes go down, hands go down, feet down together. Nice. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips. We'll finish in chair. How are we doing on time? Okay, this is good. Push through your feet, come all the way up. And the hands come to the heart. How are we doing? All right. So the pose we did at the back of the mat, when we were just standing and holding, right, and making our twist, we're going to take that one step further. So stand in your left leg, lift your right knee toward your belly. Yeah, so we're going to stand, right knee is lifting. Take the left hand to the outside. And this time I want you to hook your fingers to the outside of the knee, like underneath in that tendony part of the knee. So you're kind of holding underneath, yeah. And then right here, straighten the right leg in front of you. Push out through the heel. Stand up a little taller. Now, best you can, right arm goes up by the ear and we twist open. Now, as you push out through the right heel, can you reach back through the right hand? Yes. Pull the belly in. Maybe you challenge yourself to turn and look at the right hand behind you. And worst thing that'll happen is you'll change your gaze, you lose your balance, and you'll have to come out. Right? It's not so terrible. And then bend the right knee, bring the right arm forward, and release. Okay. Let that settle, then we go to the other side. Take a breath. Stand in your right leg, lift your left knee. Right hand comes to the outside. And not only are we pushing the hand into the leg and the leg into the hand gently, we're also going to hook our fingers kind of underneath the outside. And then we just play with straightening. And that finger underneath the knee gives you a little support. And we'll try to circle that left arm all the way around. And if you're pushing forward through the left heel, you can reach back through the left hand, and then maybe you can turn your gaze to your left thumb. Maybe not, just play. It up-levels the challenge when we change the focal point. And then the eyes come forward, the hand comes forward, much better on side two. Step it down. Let's take our last flow. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Breathe in deeply, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. When you're ready, drop into a seated position. Let's go ahead and come to either sitting on the heels or simple cross legs. Try to sit comfortably. And then put your left hand on your heart. And then rest your right hand on your left hand. And don't let the weight of your hands sink your heart down, but instead lift your heart up into your hands. We'll just sit here for a moment. See if we can generously take all of the goodness in our hearts, all of the blessings of our lives, and turn them into gratitude. And amplify them enough so that they feel the air in this area here. So our dear friend that was suffering, that just walked through our experience, might get a little bit of what we have, right? A little bit of the peace and the groundedness and the steadiness. And I know that we don't all feel amazing every day. We might even have days like she's having. But for right now, here we sit in our practice, cultivating tools. And so could we use this moment could we acknowledge all that we have and generously offer that up spiritually, energetically. Lift your heart a little higher into your hands. Hold your head a little higher. Knowing that every one of us deserves to feel peace. And maybe in us holding this space in this moment, she won't feel so alone. Complete breath out. You can gently take your hands from your chest. Go ahead and unfold your legs. Take them out in front of you. Let's straighten both legs out. And then purposefully pull the right knee into the chest. Put the sole of your foot down on the mat. And then go ahead and cross it over to the outside of the left knee and put it down on the mat. Hug the knee so you sit up to it. It's really easy to lean back from this, but I want you to sit up to it so your chest comes toward the knee. The knee is in the midline. And then we'll wrap the left arm, the left elbow around the knee and take a really nice spinal twist to the right. This one a little more gentle. Let's put the right hand on the floor by the tailbone. And instead of going flat palm behind you, could you lift up on your fingertips? Yeah. Lift the palm off the mat. Lift onto your fingertips and then soften your elbow and pull your right shoulder back a little more. Yeah, just like that. Let's be a little softer with ourselves here. All right. And then we counter twist. Just take both hands over to the left side. Let your spine bend. Let your head bow toward the floor, rounding and stretching the right side of the lower back. So we fold. Fold your head down, round your spine. Yeah. See if you can feel for sensation on the lower core. quarter of the right side of your back, right? Just stretch out of that kidney area, turning and bending. And then we return to center, release the right leg, and pull the left one in. Nice and easy. Bend it in and then cross it over. That's it. Then we take that nice tall, long spine and we rotate to the left. Wrap the right arm around your knee. Just hug it around the front of the knee. Yeah, the elbow can kind of hook on there and help you. If you go up and over, sometimes it makes the right shoulder jut up into the neck. You want to keep that right shoulder relaxed. Left fingertips on the ground by your tailbone, but left elbow soft. Bend the left elbow and pull the left shoulder blade back. Broadening the collarbones, breathing. Breathing deeply. Turning from the middle. And then we come all the way around and face the right. Both hands go to the right side of the mat, and then we bend. We round and curl. Let the head down, let the left side of your back stretch. Just let that feel good. Same steady breath that we had since the beginning of the practice. Turn around and face forward. As you uncross that leg, let's put the soles of our feet together and let both knees bend and fall open. Move them away from you a little bit, right? So we take them a little bit away, and then we round the back one more time, equally on both sides. Round and curl the head toward the feet. So don't pull your feet in toward you. The feet are a little bit out. Your hands can rest on the floor inside of your legs. That's it. And if you try to put your head on your feet, you're probably going to get a cramp in your abdominal wall. So don't try so hard. Just let your head down. Be softer. Yeah, have a sense of humor. And then belly in for support. We're going to kind of roll up slow. Belly in, stack your spine. Close those knees up. And then lay yourself down onto your back. I bet we'd like to feel a little sunshine on ourselves today. So we lay flat for just a moment. And then go ahead and pull both knees into the belly. As the knees draw in, you can rock a little bit from side to side. Try to loosen up a little bit in the pelvis. So as you rock from side to side, start opening the knees a little wide. So knees wide and rocking, and then open them as wide as you can. Send the soles of your feet toward the ceiling and then reach for your ankles. You can continue rocking or just be still in happy baby pose. Knees are bending down and wide. Yes, we want to let the knees bend. Let strings to soften so that we can get deeper into the hips. And then eventually find stillness. Hold. Feet are nice and wide here, knees are bent, and we're holding. And we're watching how gravity can make the legs a little heavier and that the pose deepens all on its own. And then we let go of the feet and we slowly float the feet back to the mat. Once your feet touch down, put the soles of your feet together, let the knees drop open. Take your arms up over your head so the arms and the hands can rest. When we do the twisting poses and the standing series, we end up very linear. So taking a little time to let the hips open. Feet together, knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. So some of you have your legs straight. The feet are together, then the knees are bent. So your legs are like butterfly wings. Lay ourselves out, right? We open the hips, we open the arms, we start to feel a little more freedom and a little less discipline. Let's start to bring the arms down, and slide the legs out. And then open your feet out to the width of the mat. Legs are a little wide here. We can bend the knees and keep them wide. Keep the soles of the feet on the edges of the mat. So knees bend and feet go out wide. Feet are flat, yeah, and feet are wide. And then just tip your knees to the right. So we got to bend the knees, put your feet flat, and then tip them over to the right side. Feet are really wide here. Feel for the edges. Yeah, and then nice and slow and steady, bring them up and over to the other side. And so it feels again like that little bubble has returned to the space where the music is. The distractions of downtown seem a little further away. Let's go up and over to the other side again. One more to the right and then one more to the left. And we start to narrow our attention, not just inside the park, but maybe just into the space of our own mat. Eventually those knees return to center, and you can straighten them all the way out and down for Shavasana. And if the heat of the practice inspired you to take off some of your layers, you may want to put them back on or just use them to cover you. You know, you don't have to literally put them on, but maybe like a blanket. If you're blessed with a little sunshine right now, you might be okay. But when the movement stops, the body temperature cools pretty quickly. So just allow yourself to be in all of those processes.
In my heart.
Welcome the relaxation of Shavasana. Allow the surrender That means you can stretch and move in any way that you like and eventually kind of come up into a seated position. So you eventually all come up and sit. This is my favorite moment. It's between this and the first inhale, arms reach. Those are always my favorite moments. That first time that we all move together. And then this moment when we all kind of come up to seal the practice and we are complete. Shut this off. And so I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the women that got off their mats in service during that situation. Your compassion is commendable, and I want to just acknowledge you. A few of you gave her something to wear, tried to comfort her. It was really just a beautiful expression of compassion and, just seeing her humanity. And so I thank you for all of you that attempted to show love in that moment. And for everyone else who was able to stay focused and just do your work and do your practice. There was no way not to be touched by that, right? Or distracted. And so every day, we never know what life is going to hand us. We never know what the external world has in store for us, but we use our practice, right? We use our tools. We focus and we breathe. And we do the best we can every day. Count your blessings. I'm sure that we have many. Let's bring our hands together at our hearts. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. Om peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, so that we may all know peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste, my friends. Happy Saturday.